What's up, guys? Cody here, and we're going to be talking about the artifact item in Ethereal. And we're going to be looking over the items and giving my opinions on them and whatnot. I'm doing videos for all the items in Ethereal, so after this one, go check out all the others. So, artifacts. This is going to be pretty in-depth on my part because I am a support main in League of Legends. So I have a pretty good understanding of how support plays out and like what you're looking for in a support item um in like a MOBA type of setting. So I'm gonna be pretty critical about some of this stuff, and yeah. So the starter item is Soulfire. Pretty much all these items are going to give passive gold generation in addition to mana and HP per second to allies around you, with some of them giving varied stats as you progress up the tiers. So this is by far the support item, whatnot, and yeah, the item values themselves look like they are pretty, at least like for the Soulfire item, they look pretty flexible in terms like pretty much no one really benefits too much from it outside. I think any type of enchanter benefits a little bit more just because there's no straight up health tied to this item, and there's not like if there was a. I wish there was a version that was. I wish there was a version that was a health generation item instead of a mana generation item, and both of those built into the artifacts, just like how League of Legends has, your mage, your has like relic shield now, which is the mage, or not it's the health regeneration item, but and then you also have spell thieves, which is mana regeneration. And they're geared towards like relic shield is for the tank supports, spell thieves is for the mage support. And you could, technically like you see all the time mages picking up relic shield, for when like they want more health and like they don't want to be poked out so much. So I wish that would be an option available. And maybe later down the line they'll end up adding that. But that's like the only thing right off the bat that I see would really need to be added in, just because mage supports do have a pretty innate advantage off the bat if the tank support can't engage at all, just because this extra mana and persistence doesn't thing like you could very easily take out the persistence health regen. But even then, like this, it's just more. This is just a little bit better. Getting into the tier 2 items here, have the blue flame of Ender. I guess like these all like the blue flame of Ender is starting to get more geared towards magic power. Firestorm is geared towards physical power, and the Feather Heart is geared towards just more move speed, cooldown reduction. The other ones they don't, which is interesting because this gives move speed. Oh, they changed the item. Oh, they changed the item on me. This is not the values that they were when I checked last time. Before, this was giving negative moves. They've changed the items then. Yeah, I had a different mindset going into this, and now my mindset's changed. Before, the Featherheart items gave negative moves. This one still does, which is weird. Now my opinion's changed a little bit. Okay, but let's get to the tier 3 items. So I'm going to talk about Soul Denied and Rampage first, and then we'll talk about Curse Gift and Araya's Stone. So Soul Denied. This is gonna sound broken, but it's not. Every 20 seconds, you and your allied miss next spellcast is free. It's not broken unless there's a lot of poke. There's a lot of poke, broken. If you have a mage support that can poke effectively, this is going to be strong. Pair this with another type of spellcaster of any kind, going to feel pretty strong. In team fights, though, this is not that useful. In team fights, having somebody get a free, having somebody not have to spend mana on their ability doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. This is something that's only useful during any type of laning phase or any type of phase, any situation where poking is viable, mostly in laning phase. But the question is going to be, how long is it going to take for us to get this item? Clearly, this is going to be like artifacts are going to be one of the first items that we're going to buy. For support, probably the first item that we're going to buy, and we're probably going to rush finish it. Probably just because it gives us more gold generation, which is like the biggest thing with support. Like the more gold generation you can get, the better. But this can be pretty devastating if used effectively. This can be pretty devastating, and it can make double mage lanes really effective if able to be built early enough. But if you're not able to build this early enough, or you're not able to really fully utilize this, because there's only going to be 7 myths in the game. There's going to be some items in the game that just aren't going to be utilized well. This might be one of them. However, I could see, like, obviously we know Noxus is going to be a mage. We know Marina is going to be some type of enchanter support, probably. Pairing those two together in a lane could be pretty devastating with this item. So, yeah, those two together use this item really well. Otherwise, like, I feel like, yeah, I feel like otherwise, like, you might want some other things, but I don't know. It all depends on how fast you can get this and how effective you poke with it. Onto Rampage. This gives some physical power. And originally, this is what I actually wanted to get on all my tanks in the game. Because I'm always thinking about, like, I'm always going to be comparing this to Legends until I actually start playing it. But before, those other items weren't giving move speed, so I was going to get this by default because it had some good stats and whatnot, and I figured physical power on tanks wasn't terrible. Depending upon who I'm playing. I'm already thinking of like, damn, I play Talos. What can I do? Some tank items on Talos. How can I roam effectively? The main thing. But this gives attack speed around me, which is cool. The attack speed to my allies that fall below 50% health, honestly, is not that great. It's okay, but my allies falling below 50% health that I want to get attack speed are probably in danger of dying if they're falling below 50% health. So that is something that I have to keep in mind. Oh, actually, the other person I was thinking about that would be a good support actually would be Leia, because they talk about how she's mobile, which could just be that she's a Sky Slayer, and they talk about how she is, how she has CC. So she could make pretty good use of this item, I think, because she's probably a physical damage dealer. But yeah, I can see this being useful. I think on any type of like AD champion, this could be useful. On any type of, I can see this also being useful on tanks that are buying a lot of the items to protect their team. And I can see this being useful. I can still see this being useful on any type of like enchanter. But there's probably going to be Oriah Stone is probably better for any type of enchanter. But anybody that has the ability to effectively protect your teammate when they're below half health could make use of this item. Biggest problem is just going to be this 50% threshold to get the 15% attack. That's the biggest issue I have with it. But yeah, not like it's not like it's terrible. Let's get into Cursed Gift. When I originally looked at this item, this was giving negative move speed, and it was a really big turnoff. They have since updated the item apparently. Is very interesting now, because this was originally giving -10 move speed, and it was giving allies around me extra move speed. Cool. Enemies around me were getting negative. Enemies around you get negative 15 armor, negative 15 magic resist. And when this was giving -10 move speed, I was like, I'm never buying this item. Anything that gives minus move speed for support on like a tanky support, I'm never buying, because it's just not beneficial to me to have it. Why would I get this item if it's going to give me negative move speed on a person on a style that I want to be roaming around the map and making plays? Probably. Granted, we don't know how the meta is going to turn out, but I'm going to compare it to League of Legends. Supports, if you're just sitting in lane and doing nothing as a tank support, you are just a waste of space. You need to be making plays in lane or going around the map and making plays with like jungler and whatnot. Which obviously means that it's going to require, like, when I start playing this, I'm definitely getting 5 other people to play with me that have a lot of experience in MOBAs, because I want to smash people. I want to start making like strategies up for this game. But this item is definitely going to be helping me do that. For sure. Give the 10% move speed, the 20% CDR, 15% resistance. Giving my allies around me move speed is going to be insane. When you pair it with another item, there's another item that I don't even know what category it's under, but it's it's a mask item. It's a mask item. So watch my mask video. Watch my mask video, because there's an item that's essentially Shirelli's Reverie from League of Legends. It gives everyone move speed. Pair that with this item, which gives everyone move speed, and it's going to look pretty devastating. So yeah, Cursed Gifts. Now, since it gives 10 move speed instead of -10 move speed, oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. This is just really strong. Yeah, that's all there is to say. That this is the item, tank item. Then we have a Oriah Stone. This is the enchanter item, pretty much. This is like the -5 move speed is still a pretty big offset to me, in my opinion. It's 5, but it's really concerning. Anyways, this all regeneration and healing effects are increased by 15% for allies around you. This is just really, or at least I think it's to everyone around you and whatnot. Like, this is the enchanter item, clearly. Increasing healing effects. And 20% cooldown reduction is still pretty good. Obviously, once again, enchanters could get soul denied, but if you want a more utility fielding style, you want to help your team out more than not, then this is better. And once again, this Oriah Stone versus Soul Denied is going to depend on kits. Like, once again, I'm going to be comparing this to how Marina is going to be playing. I'm assuming Marina is going to be playing similar to how Nami plays in League of Legends, because a water-based mage thing that's meant to be more of an enchanter, like, so yeah. But like, Nami can get like Imperial Mandate in League of Legends. Like, you can always argue that, like, if like these items were in the game in League of Legends, that like I could definitely see Soul Denied being used over Oriah Stone, depending upon the meta, depending upon how you want to play. So yeah, the ends up being better. And yeah, overall for the artifacts, Rampage is like technically the worst out of them, but it's only because I don't know who would use it effectively. But if you have like an AD support, good. But it's just AD supports are generally not as good, and generally speaking, say like, oh well, Set's an AD support, in League of Legends. But I'd much rather have this Set for Set support. The only one that would really benefit from this, like, once again, I'm gonna compare it to League of Legends because that's my base. That's my reference. Like the only one that could really use it would be any type of AD poke type of champion, or any type of anyone that actually just benefits from AD that doesn't benefit from having like the tank value out of the curse. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got this artifact builds figured out. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, I'm doing a video for all of these items. They'll be coming out sequentially fast. And yeah, next up was Axe. I'm just going down the list. Yeah. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Ethereal content. Also, play League of Legends, and follow me over on my Twitch, twitch.tv/CW5136. It's all down below. Want to see when Ethereal comes out, you'll see me streaming over there, and in the meantime, you'll see me streaming League of Legends. Thanks, guys, and some of my other videos.